Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Jeff Castanon, and today I bring you a killer track at the request of my brand new Powers of the Universe patron, Scott Costantini. That's a cool name, Scott. I love your last name. This is the song, If I Ever Lose This Heaven, which I believe is a Quincy Jones song from a few years back. This is featuring Vi, or V, I'm not sure, and members of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And you know it's going to be funky. You know it's going to be funky.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, I recognize him. Woo! Oh, what a mix. Wow.
You're fooling, only fooling. All I ask is why. And if you're playing, all I'm saying is, feeling sure can't lie. And if you're lying, keep on lying. Don't tell the truth.
Man, that bass sounds so good.
You can't drop me, baby, you still got me. After taking me way up there.
Yeah, he's gonna go for a swim after. That's why he's got his towel. Oh, he's playing a Sir guitar. Those are great guitars. Man, what a clean groove. Wow. Love those pushes. Oh man, I'm digging that blacks and gold sax. It's cool, they got two guitar parts. They got one on the right and one on the left. They're playing independent parts. They really complement each other. Shit. That's a bass player, man. That is a bass player there. Whew, he's so good. Wow, what a killer mix. Man, the horns are in the right place. This sounds so good. Oh, love it. Woo. The drummer's kick drum is so solid with the bass. Man, there's nothing like playing with a killer band. Like, it brings so much joy. Oh, love that. Oh, boy. Let's get the credits in here. Verdine White on the bass.
Hold this one, hold this one. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That guy's gonna show up. Hold this one.
I love the banter. Scott Franker Studios. I think this was recorded in Woodland Hills, which is out by me, very close to me. Yeah, that's only about well, I think it's less than an hour away from where I live. But wow, how cool is that? You know, oh my gosh, man, to see Verdine White playing, it's really cool to see Verdine outside of Earth, Wind, and Fire and watching him do it with this other group here. And also how much he stands out in the mix. You really get to hear what he's doing. And, you know, if you listen to any Earth, Wind, and Fire stuff, man, the guy's just a complete master. He knows how to play so well with the horns and to lock a groove with the drummer. And the guy's just an exemplary bass player. So cool. Yeah. This is the best of the best. These guys are so seasoned, you know, and you could hear it in the way they play. They play with such ease, but with such sophistication and nuance. And, you know, you could tell, I could tell how when I hear somebody, you know, just how long they've been playing, just because of those little subtle things that they do, you know. It goes beyond just playing the notes. It's the expressions, it's how they attack the notes, it's all the little stuff that they do that tells you they've been playing for many years. I was telling somebody recently about my experience playing with players that are extremely good players, and I've been lucky enough to get the opportunity to do that, to play with guys that are really good, pro level guys. And it's such a joy to play with these guys because I always feel when I'm playing with guys that are really good like that, it feels like I'm playing to a CD. And it always cracks me up because it feels like that every single time, because they're so good that it sounds like I am playing to a professional recording, but in real time. And it's a lot of fun. Conversely, I've played with players that are maybe not as seasoned, and it's work, and it definitely feels uncomfortable, and you're having to compensate in a lot of ways, and it's not as an enjoyable thing to do. So I'm very happy for the time that I've been able to play with seasoned musicians. A lot of that happens in the musicals that I'm playing in because they hire the best guys for that kind of stuff. So that is really cool. It reminds me of a story. I'll get back to this in a second, but these ideas are popping up in my head. Yeah, so all these anecdotes come to mind. I just want to share a quick one with you. Back when I was about 16 or 17 years old, I remember I was playing in this band. We were called the Blisters. It was a 3-piece new wave band, and we were all 3 Mexican kids from Oxnard playing new wave and punk music, which is, we called ourselves Los Blisters. And I remember back in those days, you know, I didn't know a whole lot. I was just kind of, you know, making my way and learning how to play and all that. And I remember telling our bass player, Mark, that I was like, man, how come your bass doesn't sound as punchy when you're playing by yourself? You know, it's like whenever I hear you playing, it's just, I don't know, man, maybe it's your bass amp, maybe it's your bass. And I remember just like just getting on him about this, like, man, your bass is just not punchy, you know, when you're playing by yourself. And then when we would play as a band, like his bass was punchy as hell. And I was like, why is it that you're playing differently? And he's like, what are you talking about? And it never occurred to me, like back then when I was super young, I didn't realize that our drummer was hitting his kick drum at the same time that our bass player was thumping his notes. So it was like bum, 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 bum. That's where he was getting the extra punch from. And I didn't know it. I just never made that connection until I finally made the realization. I don't remember how I came across the revelation. Maybe I saw our drummer kicking it, or maybe he told me or whatever. And then I realized, oh, that's why it sounds so punchy. It's kind of fun thinking about those early days when you just didn't know anything. So anyway, getting back to these guys, incredible mix on this track. So good. So good. I love it when I can hear every instrument. That separation is beautiful. And, you're dealing with instruments that have different timbre, different volumes and all of that. But they sit in this mix so perfectly. The horns can be blown out and not mixed the right way, and they overwhelm the mix, or they're too loud or not loud enough. But the horns in this were so beautifully mixed. I really admire the guy who engineered this. And I hear the separation of the two guitar players, which is really nice when you've got two guitar parts, because they can play these independent parts that play off of each other, and you can pan them, kind of hard to left and right. They play off of each other. It has a nice balance in the overall mix of the song. Bass was killer, great tone, doing some really fun stuff in there. I think my attention kept getting drawn to the bass on this song. Lead vocals, killer, beautiful lead vocals, and just a fun track, man. That was really cool. Scott, I know that you're a fan of Tower of Power as I am, and you've been watching the channel way back when I started with Dirty Loops, and I know you love them as well. And I might have to get some Tower of Power on the channel too, because you reminded me of that. But this was a lot of fun. I didn't know this track existed, so this is really, really fun to see. So thank you so much for that. Anyway, yes, come back for more. A lot of good stuff coming soon, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.